Hello everybody, we're going to have our presentation on the AmigaOne A1222 Plus, the new computer that came out back in 2024, just last year. So this will be just a general rundown on it. I am not a full expert on it, even having it after many months, but I'm better on it since June of last year. So here we go. So what you're looking at is the OS 4.1 desktop of the AmigaOne A1222 Plus for about, oh, I hear music. What is that music I hear? Not my music. Yeah. Lost train of thought. In June of 2024, this computer was delivered to my front door. I paid the big, approximately $1,500 American money, US money, for a motherboard, the SSD drive, the USB stick that has the installation on it. I provided my own case, which is a fractal case that I got for $40 from the Bay Area. And I provided my own, let's see, a power supply for $110, which is a common power supply that you could find at computer shops. It's Chinese, it's I forget. It's in my notes. But yeah, so that power supply is $110. Oh yes, also included I bought the SSD drive that came directly from the people who were selling it. The distributor for the AmigaOne is based in Belgium. So you have to contact Laurent, L-A-U-R-E-N-T. And he's in Belgium and order the AmigaOne from him. For those who don't know, you can get, there are 3 modern AmigaOnes that are being sold right now. There's the SAM 460, which is approximately 1,200 euros, and that comes from Italy. It's an older computer from 2004. Well, it's been developed all the way till 2012, but they're still selling it. It's slower, but it's cheaper, and it runs Amiga OS 4.1. But it's not as compatible as the newer ones that are out right now, like the X5000, which comes from AmigaOne. Well, the X5000 is approximately $3,200 US. It's a big box Amiga. You get it in a big box, and it's very powerful and very fast. So I got the cheaper one from AmigaOne. This is approximately $1,500 US without the case and without the power supply. So I saved a little bit of money by not buying their case, their desktop case, and their power supply. Let's take a look. Again, we have the desktop here. We have here the bar down here, as you can see. We have a clock, we have a calendar, and we have the usual RAM disk over here that all Amigas have. And over here we have an icon called Amiga HD. We'll click on that. So over here we pop up this window here, and we have some usual looking icons and some that are not so usual looking. Like for example, and I'll have to squeeze in over here. Hopefully I'm not blocking the camera. Maybe I'll tilt it a little more. Oh, I pressed something. I'll tilt it more that way so I can see better. So on this side I put in demos. So the computer came without music or demos or videos after you install it. It came without all this stuff, or games. So I had to put in extra drawers. So we have a drawer. I created a drawer for demos. Here's we have our usual drawer for Amiga devs, documentation, our usual. Well, maybe this is an added drawer, but it's now included. Emulation. Here's a drawer I added called games. Here's one called graphics. I think I added in that drawer there. Here's another one called internet, because there is a browser that does come with the AmigaOne A1222 Plus. Here is a, if I can switch over there, oh, miscellaneous, that's a drawer I put into there. We have MUI, magical user interface. We have here music, with another drawer I added in. Prefs, that's very common in all Amiga installations. Purchases, which is different because when you buy something and download it into your computer, it goes into purchases here. We have here storage, which is usual for an Amiga system. The system drawer. The trash can, which I emptied out. We have here utilities, which is very common for Amiga. And also here we have videos, which is a drawer I edited because I wanted some videos. Let's take a look at some of the drawers here. So demos, if we click there, I have it separated into demos for classic, and those demos will only run under OS 3.1. So in the AmigaOne A1222+, it runs OS 4.1, update, final edition update 2, and it also has the added package called Enhancer 2.2, which gives it further capabilities, quashes bugs, and also gives it other enhancements. Over here we have a drawer. So 3.1, this drawer is only for 3.1 demos. OS 4.1 does not have any hardware in here that uses 3.1. It uses emulation. So it is using UAE, the Universal Amiga Emulator, to run 3.1 or 1.3 programs under it. And for the most part, it does fairly well. There are some programs, older programs, that don't work under UAE. Here we have full screen OS 4.1 demos that I found, and those will be demonstrated later this afternoon if I have time. Here we have WHD load demos that run under 3.1, and then over here I have window demos that run under OS 4.1. OS 4.1 is approximately 20 to 21 years old now. So even though people think it's a new OS for Amiga, it's been around for a long time. The older programs or demos that were created in the early days of OS 4.1, like we're talking about 2005, 2004, maybe up to 2010, they do not recognize this new equipment. They don't understand what an RTG card is, or retargetable graphics card. But this thing does have a graphics card inside of it. If you look at the specs here, it has a graphics card of, where is it?
Radeon.
It's a Radeon. Yes, it's a Radeon card inside of it. So it does have a graphics card. And again, the demos, some games and demos don't understand what that is, and they crash pad. Oh yes, so these window demos that I call window, they only show up as a little tiny image of the screen. They don't go full screen. I'm going, oh, darn it all. Maybe I'll show it to you later, but basically later on I'll show the full screen demos. Okay, we're going to close that out. We're going to go out to devs, and you can take a brief look at devs, and it's very common. Like we have here, data types, DOS drivers, key maps, monitors, interfaces, net interfaces, and printers. So that's roughly the same as you have in devs drawers for Amiga, older Amiga OS installations. Hello. Hi there. You're coming to play with the games?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead. Walk around. But keep very quiet.
All right.
All right. Let's see. So I'm going to close out of devs there. Devs. Documentation. And here we have documentation. We have all kinds of text files and Amiga guides on the system and on the OS. So you could read those at your leisure. Over here we have emulation, and in here, if we click on Amiga disks, Amiga ROMs, you can see what is in the system already to emulate OS 3.1 or 1.3. We have here Kickstart 34.4 ROM, which is the old 1.3 ROM of Amiga, well, the newest version of the 1.3 ROM that they developed a long time ago. Here is an Kickstart A1200 ROM, which is 40.68. the newest A1200 run. We have some other kickstart ROMs in here for the CD32. So if you were to throw an ISO into the system here, it would recognize it as a CD32. So we have 40.60 ROM and CD32 extra 40.60 ROM. And I don't know the difference between the two different CD32 ROMs, but it's included with the system. Okay, we're going to click out of that. And we have over here, I have here Vice, so it will run Vice. If you want to go back into the older 8-bit Amiga system, Commodore computers. We have here Run in UAE, which again is the Universal Amiga emulator. And I put in here Atari, which is an Atari ST emulator. It's not very good. But I thought, hey, well, it emulates. There you go. It runs and it emulates. I have not tried to put in any other emulators in here to see if they'll work under OS 4.1. So Spectrum emulators, other emulators, I don't know. Okay, we're going to click out of that. We're going to go to Games. And here it is. So I'm not going to show all the games, but I'll show you some of the drawers. Like over here we have, I've separated the OS 4.1 games into action games, adventure games, bat and ball games, which is basically like Pong, full screen games, because not all of these games, well, some of the games only pop up in a little window, but some of these games understand what a full screen is, so they'll go into like 640 by 200 mode, 640 by 400 mode, so which will fill up most of the screen here. Games needing add-ons. Now I haven't quite figured that out. A lot of new OS 4.1 games, they said, oh, you need this WAD file from Doom. Oh, huh? How am I supposed to get this file from Doom to run on here? I don't know.
Jason.
I haven't figured it out. So those are the games needing add-ons. And then we have kids games, platform games, racing games, shoot-'em-up games, sports, strategy, WHD load, which is typically, again, older 3.1 or 1.3 games, or even the newest 3.1 games that are being released on itch.io. You go to itch.io, you download a game, you stick your USB stick into the AmigaOne port here, you move it into your Amiga, you uncompress it, it uncompresses into the RAM disk, and you try and see if it runs. And then we have ADFs. And then these ADFs are typically, again, 1.3 or 3.1 games. Okay, I'm going to click out of there. Over here we have graphics. And I have a few graphics items in here. We have here 3D Converter, which is one of the newest programs out. You can get it for free. And there is also the paid edition for about $29. 3D Converter is, let's see if I can run it. It is a program which will take a file and convert a graphics file and convert it to another graphics file. So here's 3D Converter. It doesn't run full screen. It runs in that window there. But if you click at the top and press your right button, then you have your options here. Let's try and load a file. Load. Open a file, and then let me see where I can find my graphics. Do I have to go back? No, go back. Here. Oh no, I forgot where I put my files. How can I go back? Back. Nope. Okay, here we are. Graphics. Info, no, I don't want that. Here it is. 3D Converter files, models, 3D sample models. Let's go to Strike Fighters. And okay. Oops, what? It says it's unrecognized. Let's try that again. File, open, go back. Let's try Black disk. Open. Unrecognized file. Okay, I'm not loading a graphics file in here. It worked at our FCOG meeting a few weeks ago. It is not working out. I don't know why. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. One more time. Open. Okay. 3D converter. Oh, here we are. Sample models. Nope, it's the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna try one more, guys. It's a drawer. Okay, here we go. Yes, this is the one. Here it goes. Okay, you wait a minute or two. It's loading in the polygons, or not the polygons, but the wireframe, I should say. And hopefully it will display as it loads in the many wires of the wireframe. There it is. So then with this file, if you can see there, with this file, then you could save it as a different format for another computer to use. And right now, 3D Converter supports dozens and dozens of different 3D files. And go to their website, you'll find out the dozens and dozens of files they support. So you could convert. And 3D Converter does have limited options here. Like for example, perspective, default view, auto rotate. Let's try auto rotate. Now, the A1222 Plus does not have an FPU built into the hardware. It uses a soft FPU. So if you bought like an X5000 for $3,200, that has a real hardware FPU. But this one doesn't. So it has to rely on its software FPU to rotate. Is it rotating? It's not rotating right now. What?
Really slowly.
Oh, there it is. I see it rotating. It's rotating very slowly. So you can see the wireframe is very, very slow. I suppose on the X5000, it would rotate faster. Okay, we're going to close out of that little side. Oh, close. Look. Okay, and then we have other graphics programs in here, like graphics, which is kind of paint program, sketch block, another paint program. Is that another RNO effects, which is basically like a photographic program where you apply filters over your photograph. I have not really played with RNO effects too much. Okay, let's close that. And a lot of these programs I downloaded from os4depot.net. So they have the listing for all these OS4, OS 4.1 programs. And I've gone through dozens and dozens of them on os4depot.net. A lot of them don't work for this new version of the Amiga one. They worked on older Amiga ones back in the 2000s, but on a 2024 Amiga, no, they don't necessarily work. Here we go. Here is, let's see, Internet. And again, we have here various items here that you can use to go to the Internet. We have the Odyssey browser. Here's the Odyssey browser. This is the one not connected. Let's look at the Odyssey browser. So here's the browser right there. Not connected online. Very basic looking. Okay, that's enough of that. Click out of it. Yes, I want to quit. Yes. Okay. Let's continue onward. We have here miscellaneous. And here I put strange programs that I didn't know where to place anywhere else. For example, we have here Poet. Okay, oh, it just takes words and makes random poetry out of it. Okay, very text-based. Didn't the Commodore 64 have a similar program with just take random words stream together to make poetry? I think so. There you go. We have, over here we have Star Trek rooms, Star Trek ships, Star Trek characters, and Star Trek schematics for OS 4.0, 4.1. So it's basically a database, but it shows you pictures and images and information of all these Star Trek characters, all the way from original Star Trek up to probably Voyager. There you go. Bye, Simone.
Bye, Simone.
Simone's going. Okay, here we go. Keep on going. Keep on moving. We have MUI, Magical User Interface. Those are the doors of MUI. We have here music. Let's play some music. Now, I don't have all the drawers here of the music files filled in. Like under AIFFs, I have nothing. But here under mods, I have some mods that I was able to obtain. Let's play a mod. Hopefully my speakers are connected. Here I click on mod. And then I press play. Here it goes. Would sound better with Richard's system. His big THX system. Right? Okay. So it easily plays mods. Okay. So that's an example of a mod. Let's go over here to MP3s. Let's play an MP3. Let's pick that one. Okay. Play. Very calming. Makes me want to go to sleep. Okay. Okay, so that was an example of MP3. Easily plays MP3s. Over here for, okay, I tried this. I haven't been able to work with Play SID. So for some reason or other, it's not playing the SID files that I have on here. I must be doing something wrong with Play SID. So, sorry, no SID demonstration for you guys. We have sounds. Okay, so these are just some sound effects. Let's try this one out. And play. You hear it? That was called crescendo. That was crescendo?
Are those like event sounds, like warnings and errors?
I'm not sure. Let's try this one. Sound effect number 3. A little sting. Try one. Oh, that's kind of long. Hey, this one's long. 29 seconds. This is a sound effect? Maybe for atmosphere. Yes. 29 seconds of atmospheric music. Or whatever it is. So that's under sounds. Streams? No, I haven't done any, try and do any streaming with the A1222 Plus. That would require an internet connection. And then WAV files. Unfortunately, I have no WAV files in the folder. One of these days, I'll put in some WAV files. Click it off. Okay, let's keep on going. We have here prefs, and prefs. The prefs look very familiar if you guys know Amiga. Some of the prefs are different. For example, we have here Amiga input. So Amiga input is one reading, if you have a USB joystick installed, if you have other devices installed, and with Amiga input, you can configure what's put into your USB ports. So that's different than regular ones. And then we have all the other regular ones like presets, printer graphics, printer, a few new ones like palette, locale, that's a common one, locale. Screen mode, this is 1920 by 1080p. So you can adjust your screen mode if you want a different screen mode. Workbench pattern, yeah, all of this is, a lot of stuff is common here too, for Amiga. Okay, but click out. Okay, so we go to purchases again. Purchases are put into this folder here, like Airstrike, LHA. Here is, over here we have storage. And storage again, very common stuff that we see in Amiga storage. We have here data types, DOS drivers, key maps, monitors, net interfaces and printers. So that's storage. We have here the system drawer. Pop that open. And a lot of this looks familiar. Some of it is different. Like here we have AMI DVD. We have AMI Update because it can update itself over the internet. We have some new ones. We have some new ones. Those were the new ones. We have a new one called Grim Reaper, which is basically like a guru. It tells you if you guru the system because even though the AmigaOne A1222 is pretty stable, there is every once in a while it does lock up. And then you have to do the good old Amiga thing of turning it off, turning it back on, just like all of these. We have some new things like Media Toolbox, SD Backup, another updater. So that's all under the system area. I click on that. The trash can you don't want to look at it because it's empty. Here we go to Utilities drawer. This is the Utilities drawer. We have a directory Opus. That runs under OS 4.1. We have here Candy, which is disabled. One of these years they'll activate Candy, and then you can decorate your screen with all kinds of nice colors and other items. We have here X dot, which is what we have down here, or one of the dots actually. Multi-view, that's common. Clock, blankers, DV player, play CD, show config. This is interesting right here. If you go to CPU bench, you are given some benchmarks on which to clock the system. So for example, if you go to wet dry stone, and let's see, from this angle here, if I can see it correctly, we'll go to whetstone, and we'll click on OS 4. Is it OS 4? And we'll go to whetstone version 2, and still not running it. How many times do I have to do this? Here, click there, and execute. Here we go. Execute. And it tells you, it gives you one measure of what the speed of your system is running at. So this thing says, I am running at, where is it? Boot content, hold on. Use 781 passes. Oh, wait. It's not finished, it's not finishing. Oh, there it is. It took a few seconds to calculate. So it's running at 12.152 megaflops, and it took 1.234 seconds to calculate. For floating point, another floating point at 12.149 megaflops at 8.640 seconds. And it continues calculating the speed of the system. So that's under megaflops. Where's the other one that talks about loops? There's one that talks about millions of instructions per second. Maybe it's what's the one. Okay. Click. And execute. Nope, basically the same. Okay, that's not the one that talks about MIPS. I tried some of these last night, and the two measures here from whetstone, wet-dry stone, I should say. One said it was running at over 900 MIPS, and another one said it was running at 667 MIPS. So depending on what measure you're using, that's the millions of instructions that it's going to. And I'm sure if you had an X5000, which is a more powerful machine, it would be going much faster than that. Okay, we're going to click out of that. Close, close. Oh, it's still calculating. No, close. No more calculating. Okay. So I'm going to go out of utilities. We're going to go to the videos here. And I think it's still calculating. Wet dry stone is still calculating. Come on, open up the window. There. Oops. Nope, it's still calculating. Stop that. Stop all processes. Okay. So I put a few videos in here. The Amiga A1222 Plus can show high def, or at least 1080p videos. I found out that it can show videos as MP4s or MPEG-2s. And the MP4s usually run better if they're under H.265 encoding. So you have to take your MP4, change it to H.265, and they'll run fine on the AmigaOne. So let's take this darn thing. The whetstone item is still calculating. Stop it. Stop calculating. Okay, so here's the typical one that I show at club meetings. We'll see we'll show an MP4 video. Remember, I can't directly click on it, so I'll open up DV Player. DV Player opens up in the corner. We're going to drop the video file onto DV Player. Here it goes. And there.
Damage report. Damage to all sectors. They're still fighting in Brown sector. Get some more troops down there. Hull integrity? Not good. EVA team's en route. It's a good thing this stopped when it did. We couldn't take much more. Oh, no.
Video toasters.
This is Captain Drake to
Right way stuff.
5. You are ordered to surrender and prepare to be boarded by order of President Clark.
Captain. Jump points forming right on top of us. How many? 4.
This is Ambassador Leland of the Minbari. Babylon 5 is under our protection. Withdraw. Be destroyed.
Negative. We have authority here. Do not force us to engage your ship.
Why not? Only one human has ever survived battle with the Minbari fleet. He is behind me. You are in front of me. To value your lives, be somewhere else.
My way.
All ships.
Turn to base.
And that's the end of that video there. So I'm going to close off the presentation here by showing OS 4.1 game. And development on OS 4 games has slowed. People were developing games for OS 4 from about 2005 to 2012. But because the AmigaOne has gone from being, well, it was an expensive machine, it's still an expensive machine, but because there is less interest in the OS 4.1 and possibly more interest in 3.1 right now, fewer games are being developed for OS 4.1. But I'll show you some of the games here. So let's go to OS 4.1. Again, I've divided the games into action games, bat and ball games, kids, platform, racing, shoot 'em up, and strategy. So let's look at the action game for OS 4.1. And Let's try this one. This is called Garage. Basically, it's a tank game. A lot of these earlier games required the mouse or the keyboard. They didn't understand what a joystick was. Enter the shooting range. And it's basically a top-down game. You kill the tanks before they get to you. You fire your artillery. Oh no, I have to reload. Reload. Where's my reload? No, I forgot how to reload. One of the keys makes me reload. Reload. Oh, I'm all of those guys. Oh no, I should have read the instructions before I started this. Oh well. Again, it's kind of bloody game. There are little soldiers down there, and you're supposed to fire artillery shells at them and stop them from overrunning your position. And the tanks also. So that is Barrage. Let me get out. This game, and when it's a good game, it will understand the escape. Oh, receive brief? Maybe I should have read that. Quit. Okay, let's get out of there. Let's try another full screen game. Okay. And does it show my frames per second? No! So some of these games, or some of these demos, will tell you how many FPS that you're running on the Amiga. Bat and all. Actually, okay, good over. Here it is. Start the game. Start the game. Pointing at it, but it's not starting. There it is. Oh, uh-oh. Bonus ball. Uh-oh. Too many balls in play. Oh no! I'm losing it. Okay. Well, you get how this works. Wait. Let's get out of it. Escape. Yes. And then the last one I'm going to show you guys is Z-Doom. Now, Z-Doom is kind of buggy. It locks up, it freezes the computer sometimes. But there are 4 levels. 4 levels? I'm sorry, 6 levels. I've been able to get to level 4, but then at level 4, the computer freezes. Start it all! What's the bug in this game that makes the computer freeze? So we'll look at Z-Doom, the first-person shooter. I believe it's in here. Where is it? Oh no! Oh, it's not under action games, it's under shooter. There it is. Z-Doom, sorry. So let's see how far I can get before it freezes. Okay. So it takes a few seconds to think. There it is. Play Gloom or Z-Gloom. Okay, we get this little screen here. Watch out for ambushes though. So this Gloom, Z-Gloom, requires using your arrow keys, your mouse, and your spacebar to shoot. Okay, it's setting itself up for a while. Just wait a few seconds more. Come on, guys. Maybe if I click on my mouse. No? Maybe if I push it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we have our play field. Go forward. Forward. Uh-oh, there's somebody else there. Shoot! Oh, it's my rifle. Forward, forward. Oh. Look that way, look that way. Pick up that thing. That's it. Oh. Go that way. I thought that was supposed to give me extra energy. Pick up that bouncing ball. Ah, yes, I got it. I'll try again. I'll go to that bouncing energy pod. Pick it up. Okay, got it. Weapon boost. Okay? Keep walking forward. Uh-oh. Go back. Forward. Uh-oh. Forward. Notice the body parts are all over the floor. Look at, oh, okay. So there are lots of body parts. Oh.
No.
Yes, intestines are flying out. Nothing there? Oh, energy. Or whatever that is. Weapon boost. Alright. Look around. Keep going this way. Up. There's a door to open. Oh, it says. Go that way. It says something. Oh, it's an elevator or transporter. It'll take me to a different level, a different floor. Walk into it. Uh-oh. It says, stay alert, watch out for aggro skinheads. Aggro? Agrarian? Agrarian skinheads. Come on. Look, where are they? Look. Uh-oh. Well, you get the picture of how Z Gloom works. So, fortunately, it has not locked up on me. There. But there it is. That's my demo so far on the AmigaOne A1222 Plus. Are there any questions?
I had one question.
Yes, Sasha.
Debating here regarding the OS. Is it Linux based or
It's
how?
supposed to have a Linux kernel,
Okay.
but it's buried deep in there.
But it does allow you to run a lot of older software.
Oh no, I'm not watching the screen. It will allow you to run some of the older software, not all of it.
How far back?
Okay, I've tried games as far back as 86.
So like your
86,
ADS will
and it'll recognize those as 1.3 games. Strangely, some of the older games like 3.1 better. I mean, for some reason they run better under 3.1. And you can get into the UAE script, the Universal Amiga Emulator script, and modify lines on it, so it'll force it to 1.3 or 3.1, or set it to load fast, load slow, or there are adjustments that you can make.
And are there updates that are made available to the OS?
Hyperion has been going through bankruptcy problems, so there's supposed to be an update 3 coming, but nobody knows when it's coming because that's been discussed for the last few months. But because the company is in bankruptcy, We don't know when update 3 is going to be coming. It's going to get fixed bugs again, and make the system more smoother and more stable, but nobody knows.
Maybe they'll make it open source.
Open. That is a different. That is a different argument.
No way,
Because
dude.
the Amiga OS people don't want to make it open source.
There's no way.
Kilowato owns the rights from 1.3 to 3.1,
Okay.
but they don't own 4.1.
There's two people. There's two players in this.
Yeah.
Too many hands in the cookie
Well,
jar.
I think that there was a copyright issue with the Amiga 500 Maxi that prevented the machine from being made.
Yes, there was some kind of there was some kind of some kind of furor over that where they couldn't they wouldn't release they wouldn't release the ROMs to the Maxi, the A500 Maxi.
Right.
So that's all stalled. Yeah, retro games, A500 Maxi. I have the mini, but any other questions about Amiga OS 4.1? And again, you can come and play with it. Oh, did it freeze? No, it's still good. Still good.
So they can play MP3s.
Yes, it can.
If it plays FLAC, FLAC.
I have not tried Flax. I don't have a drawer for that. Huh, good question. I should make a drawer and put in some Flax in there and see if it'll play those sound files. Any other questions? Again, I've been pretty pleased with it. I got the Amiga A1222 Plus because back in 2017, my AmigaOne G4, circa 2008, was stolen. So my big box AmigaOne G4, which had the blazing speed of 800 megahertz back then, 800 megahertz, and it ran OS 4.1. Oh, all right. But it was stolen out of my house, and I said, oh, I need another AmigaOne. And so I bought this one here, and this one is far more compatible than my old AmigaOne G4 ever could be. It was okay back in 2008, but it was slow. It was not very compatible. This is faster and much more compatible than the old AmigaOne was from 2008. Again, if you want to find out more about this, check on the AEON website, A-EON website, and they'll tell you more about the AmigaOne. And we have little brochures over there that you can pick up about the Amiga. Here's a copy of the same thing here, straight from Trevor Dickinson of AEON. And again, if you want to look at the specs are here. Thank you very much.